Around the world, young people are leading the movement for climate justice. They recognize that the greatest burden of the climate crisis often falls on those who are already marginalized. A critical approach to achieving climate justice is focusing on the connection between climate, nature, and people. A just future depends on strengthening these three altogether. This is why WWF is part of Voices for Just Climate Action, VCA, a program dedicated to supporting local communities impacted by climate change in 7 different countries. At the core of VCA's efforts are nature-based solutions, or NBS. These solutions help communities build resilience to climate impacts while protecting vital ecosystems. By integrating nature into climate action, we can achieve climate justice. Within the VCA, youth play a central role. They are the ones who inherited an unjust world and who will face the long-term impacts of climate change. Youth-led initiatives are deeply rooted in community needs, essential for the local implementation and scalability of NBS. By empowering young leaders, we ensure that solutions are future-proof and inclusive. Let's look at 2 inspiring examples from Tunisia and Zambia. Kerkena is a beautiful archipelago in Tunisia. Its economy relies on the sea, especially through charfia, the local traditional fishing method. Charfia uses palm fronds to catch fish in a sustainable way. Increasing water scarcity, rising sea levels, and extreme heat are degrading this ecosystem, threatening the local economy and food security. With limited opportunities, many young people feel forced to leave the island. To address these challenges, local youth groups are working to restore the palm groves, which help to prevent soil erosion, protect the coastline, create a buffer against storms, and provide essential shade. In addition, restored palms revive the traditional charfia method, whose byproducts related to fish and crafts create new income streams for women and youth. Now, let's look at youth-led efforts in Zambia. The Lukanga swamps and the Kafue River are essential to the country's economy and biodiversity, supporting more than 4 million people with resources for fishing and agriculture. The Lukanga swamps function as a sponge, holding onto the water during the wet season and gradually releasing it to the Kafue Flats. This means steady water for the Kafue Flats and energy for Zambia. In search of charcoal, trees are being cut, reducing the soil's ability to absorb rainwater. This causes rain to run off too quickly, leading to extreme floods followed by severe droughts. Climate change amplifies these effects. As a result, Zambians end up with destroyed homes, failed crops, and livestock losses. To solve this, youth is working with nature-based solutions. In the Kafue, youth groups are building nature-based check dams to manage the water flows. The dams store the water during excessive rains and slowly release it during the dry season. With this, the youth create their own green gardens to promote food security for their communities. The check dams ensure year-round water access for farming, fishing, and livestock. In addition to these interventions, youth are also testing local climate finance mechanisms to activate more on NBS. Our VCA partner, Youth Zambia Federation, has mobilized thousands of youths into savings groups in these regions. These groups strengthen community bonds and assist families facing climate challenges by providing access to loans for land titles, water and sanitation, and financial literacy. The Tunisia and the Zambia examples show us that the youth is inventive and ready for action. But they need our support in scaling up local efforts through networks, knowledge sharing, and long-term funding. And this is what the VCA advocates for. Join us in supporting youth-led nature-based solutions for climate justice. Reach out to us.